The ballroom lights glitter, the whispers grow louder, and hearts are once again on the line. Bridgerton Season 4 Part 2 isn't just about romance, it's about revelation. Every stolen glance and trembling breath in this trailer carries a secret that could shatter the calm of the ton from the very first frame. It's clear that love will not come quietly this time. Asterisk, the trailer opens like a dream. Soft music, candlelight, and the flutter of fans as the camera sweeps across a ballroom full of elegance and tension. But beneath the sparkle, something darker stirs. We see Penelope Featherington no longer hiding in the shadows. Her eyes meet Colin Bridgerton's across the crowd, and in that single moment, everything changes. There's hesitation, longing, and maybe even regret. It's the look of someone who's loved long in silence and is finally ready to be seen. The tone of the trailer feels heavier than before. There's less playfulness, more weight in the glances and words. The narration, perhaps Lady Whistledown herself, floats over the scenes like a warning. Every love story comes with a price. The words echo as Colin walks through the rain, his expression torn between pride and pain. It's a brief shot, but it tells everything about the struggle ahead, his battle between love and loyalty, truth and reputation. Then comes the contrast. The trailer shifts to bright daylight, with the Bridgerton estate alive once more. Laughter, music, and family warmth return for a few seconds, reminding us that even in heartbreak, there's beauty in connection. We see Eloise turning away from Penelope, her smile forced. There's a chill there, a reminder of the friendship that once meant everything and now lies cracked beneath unspoken words. The trailer doesn't shout, it whispers. Every detail feels like a clue. The flicker of Penelope's fan, the turn of Colin's head, the Queen's knowing smirk, they all hint at what's coming. And then, just as the music swells, Colin says the line everyone will remember, "You cannot ask me to forget you." His voice breaks on the word forget, and you can feel the heartbreak spilling through the screen dot as the trailer fades to black. The audience is left suspended, caught between excitement and dread. What happens when truth and love finally collide? The trailer doesn't answer. It only dares us to keep watching. Asterisk, every frame of Bridgerton Season 4 Part 2 feels like a duel between emotion and restraint. The characters aren't just playing their roles, they're battling their hearts. And at the center of this emotional storm stand Colin Bridgerton and Penelope Featherington. Two souls tied by affection, pride, and secrets too heavy to confess. Colin is no longer the naive traveler we once knew. His return to London carries a quiet fire. You can see it in the way he walks, measured, certain, but shadowed by something unsaid. He's a man torn between society's rules and his own truth. In the trailer, when he glances at Penelope, it's not just recognition, it's realization. The kind that comes too late. His pride wants distance, but his eyes betray him. That lingering look, that half-breath before he turns away, it says everything words cannot. Then there's Penelope. Gone is the timid girl who once hid behind pastel dresses and whispered gossip. This version of her is reborn in confidence and sorrow. The stills show her in deeper colors: emerald, midnight blue, gold, each one symbolizing transformation. She's still Lady Whistledown, but now she wears that identity like armor. Her gaze is sharper, her smile more practiced. Yet behind that control, the pain of unrequited love still trembles like a secret note in a waltz. Eloise, once Penelope's closest ally, now stands at a cold distance. The tension between them is palpable. Their friendship was built on honesty, but shattered by truth. In one fleeting moment from the trailer, Eloise watches Penelope across a crowded ballroom. No dialogue, just silence, and that silence screams louder than any confrontation. It's not hatred, it's hurt. The kind that only comes when love turns into disappointment. And then there's the Queen, sharp-eyed, amused, always 2 steps ahead. Her expressions in the stills suggest she knows far more than anyone suspects. Could she already know Lady Whistledown's identity? Perhaps. Or maybe she's simply watching, waiting for the perfect moment to expose another scandal. Each character seems caught in their own secret war, Colin fighting his pride, Penelope fighting her guilt, Eloise fighting her loneliness. And what makes it all so powerful? is the silence between them. In Bridgerton, the most dangerous conversations are the ones never spoken aloud. No one paints emotion like Bridgerton. The stills from season 4 part 2 are more than pretty pictures. They're emotional letters written in silk, shadow, and stolen glances. Every frame feels deliberate, as if each candle and costume was chosen to whisper a truth the characters can't say out loud. The first still that catches the eye shows Penelope standing by a window, sunlight spilling across her face. She's dressed in gold, a striking contrast to the soft pastel she once wore. Gold isn't just a color here, it's a statement. It says she's done hiding. She's ready to be seen, not as a secret writer or a shy wallflower, but as a woman who owns her story. The faint sadness in her expression reminds us that freedom in Bridgerton always comes with a price. Then there's Colin, framed in soft blue light, his gaze turned away. The composition mirrors his emotional distance. He's caught between desire and doubt, the perfect gentleman trapped in his own rules. The still captures him mid-step, almost leaving the frame, as if he's walking away from something he can't bear to face. It's not just a pose. It's a metaphor for his heart, half in love, half in denial. One of the most striking stills features the Queen, seated beneath chandeliers dripping in crystal. Her gown, layered in imperial violet, commands attention. But it's her expression that steals the scene, an almost knowing smile, eyes that seem to look straight through the camera. The Queen doesn't just observe the ton. She orchestrates it. Her look feels like a warning, a reminder that no secret stays hidden forever, especially not Penelope's. And then we glimpse the Bridgerton ballroom, a swirl of gold and blue, laughter and music frozen in time. Yet, if you look closely, there's tension even in the beauty. Penelope stands apart from the crowd, her gaze fixed on Colin, who looks everywhere but at her. The crowd dances, but these two are still. It's like the world keeps spinning, but they're trapped in their own moment of almost love. Even the smaller details feel alive with meaning, the flicker of candlelight reflecting in Colin's eyes, the tight clutch of Penelope's fan, the glint of a teacup in Eloise's hand. Each detail is a clue. Bridgerton's power lies in what it doesn't show, the quiet spaces between looks, the seconds before words are spoken. In these stills, you don't just see beauty. You see the ache behind it. Asterisk, there's a moment in the new clip from Bridgerton season 4 part 2 that feels like time itself stops. The rain falls, the world fades, and all that remains are two people standing too close, saying too little. Colin and Penelope finally share the kind of silence that screams louder than any confession. It's the scene fans have waited seasons for, the one where love and truth finally collide. The clip begins with Colin stepping out into the rain, his face shadowed by doubt. The sound of the storm mirrors his turmoil, heavy, restless, impossible to ignore. He pauses when he sees her. Penelope stands there, soaked but still, her eyes meeting his with a mix of fear and defiance. For a heartbeat, neither speaks. The camera lingers, pulling us into that unbearable tension. Every drop of rain feels like a second slipping away, one more moment lost to pride. When Colin finally speaks, his voice is softer than expected. "You kept this from me?" he asks, the words trembling between anger and heartbreak. Penelope doesn't look away. Her reply comes like a whisper. "I didn't mean to lose you, Colin. I only wanted to keep what I had." It's the kind of line that doesn't need background music. The emotion in it is enough to fill the silence. The scene cuts to close-ups, eyes glistening, hands twitching as if they want to reach out but can't. The direction is intimate, almost painful in its honesty. You can feel how much history lies between them, the letters, the dances, the missed chances. When Colin steps forward, just slightly, it's as if he's fighting himself. He wants to forgive her. He wants to stop caring. He can do neither. Then comes the moment that defines everything. Penelope turns to leave, but he grabs her hand, not roughly, but desperately. "You cannot ask me to forget you," he says, and his voice cracks like glass. The scene doesn't end with a kiss. It ends with breath, a shared, uneven, unfinished. That choice makes it powerful. Because Bridgerton understands that love stories aren't always about happy endings. Sometimes they're about the courage it takes to stand in the rain and still choose each other, even when everything is broken. As the clip fades, we're left with that haunting feeling Bridgerton does best, the ache of almost, the beauty of what's left unsaid. It's not just a scene. It's a confession dressed as heartbreak. And if this moment is any sign of what's coming in part 2, then the ton isn't ready for the storm that follows. Every new Bridgerton release sparks whispers across the ton, but Season 4 Part 2 has set the fandom on fire. After the trailer and clips dropped, fans begin piecing together clues faster than Lady Whistledown herself. And the theories, they're as dramatic as the show's ballroom finales. Everyone seems to agree on one thing: this is the season where love meets its reckoning. One of the most talked about theories is that Penelope's double life will finally come crashing down. Many believe that her secret as Lady Whistledown won't just strain her relationship with Colin, it could destroy it. The trailer's tone feels like confession and consequence rolled into one. That trembling pause before Colin says you cannot ask me to forget you. Fans think it happens right after he learns the truth. The heartbreak in his voice isn't about betrayal, it's about realizing that the woman he loves has been his greatest mystery all along. Then there's the theory surrounding Eloise. Viewers have noticed her quiet distance and suspicious glances. Some say she might be the one to reveal Penelope's identity, not out of cruelty, but out of exhaustion. Eloise has always fought for truth, even when it hurts. Her strained smile in the stills looks like someone carrying guilt she doesn't want. Could she be the reason the Ten learns who Lady Whistledown truly is? And what about the Queen? Her sly expressions have fueled endless speculation. Fans predict she's been orchestrating the entire scandal from the shadows. The idea that she might publicly expose Lady Whistledown, perhaps during a grand ball or garden party, feels perfectly Bridgerton. If that happens, it could leave Penelope standing before the entire ton, her identity stripped bare, forcing Colin to choose between love and honor. Of course, not every theory ends in tragedy. Some viewers believe this storm will lead to redemption, that Colin will come to see Penelope's writing as courage, not deceit. After all, every great Bridgerton love story is built on forgiveness. There's hope in the idea that love can survive even when truth burns everything around it. And then there's the lingering question: who's next? The trailer's final seconds tease a familiar figure in the background, Benedict, perhaps. Fans are already whispering that his story might quietly begin here, setting the stage for Season 5's romance. One thing is certain: Bridgerton thrives on tension between what's said and what's hidden. And as Part 2 approaches, the ton feels like it's holding its breath, waiting for the scandal, the heartbreak, and maybe, just maybe, the happy ending that no one saw coming. Asterisk, the world of Bridgerton has never felt this electric. Every scene, every look, every trembling word from Season 4 Part 2 promises something deeper, the kind of emotional storm that sweeps through hearts and leaves nothing untouched. This isn't just another chapter in the Bridgerton saga. It's the moment where everything changes. The love that once bloomed in whispers now stands in the open, daring to survive the weight of truth. The trailer and stills have already painted a vivid picture: heartbreak glistening beneath chandeliers, secrets unraveling like ribbons at the Queen's feet, and glances that feel like battles fought without swords. Penelope is no longer the girl hiding behind gossip. She's the woman walking into the fire she created. Colin is no longer a charmer drifting through London's dances. He's a man learning how fragile love can be when pride stands in the way. And as the two stand at the edge of their greatest test, the ton watches, hungry for scandal, blind to the pain that fuels it. What makes Bridgerton so addictive isn't just the romance. It's the courage behind it, the choice to love even when the world says not to. Part 2 feels like the crescendo of that idea. You can feel it in the music that swells under each scene, in the softness of the lighting, in the way the camera lingers just long enough to make your heart ache. Every element is designed to remind US that love isn't perfect. It's messy, fragile, and worth every risk. And now, as the release of Part 2 approaches, anticipation floods the fandom. Theories collide, hearts race, and the ton prepares for what could be the most emotional ending yet. Will Colin and Penelope find peace or part in ruin? Will Eloise forgive, or will her silence speak louder than any apology? And will Lady Whistledown's cool fall silent or write her final scandal in her own name? As the story nears its climax, one thing is certain: no one leaves Bridgerton unchanged. The finale will not just close a love story, it will reshape the 10 forever. So, dear viewer, ready your hearts, polish your teacups, and prepare for the season's final waltz. Because when the music begins and the truth finally takes center stage, London's most glittering secrets will no longer hide behind lace and charm. And so, gentle viewers, as the lights dim on Bridgerton season for Part 2, we're left standing in the quiet after the storm, where love, betrayal, and forgiveness all share the same breath. This part of the story isn't just about who ends up with whom, it's about what it costs to tell the truth in a world built on appearances. The trailer, the clips, and every still have whispered the same thing. Every secret has its season, and this one is coming to an end. Penelope's journey feels like a mirror for anyone who's ever hidden a part of themselves to be loved. Her courage to face Colin and to face the 10 marks the beginning of something new. Colin's struggle, too, is painfully human. He's a man learning that love isn't about perfection. It's about choosing someone even when their flaws shine brighter than their charm. The beauty of Bridgerton lies right there, in the imperfect and polished truth of being human beneath all the lace and luxury. As the show nears its finale, the ton stands on the edge of transformation. Old reputations will fall, new romances will rise, and the whispers of Lady Whistledown will echo one last time, perhaps in her own voice. We may not know who ends up broken or whole, but that's the magic of this world. It doesn't promise happy endings. It promises real ones, tender, tangled, and unforgettable. So, as the music fades and the carriages pull away, we're left wondering, when the truth is finally spoken, can love truly survive it? Maybe that's the question Bridgerton season for Part 2 wants us to ask, not just of them, but of ourselves. If this story has captured your heart, then don't forget, the ton never sleeps, and neither should your curiosity. Like, share, and subscribe for more Bridgerton breakdowns, trailer reactions, and behind-the-scenes whispers. Because when Part 2 arrives, we'll be here once again, uncovering every secret, every scandal, and every side that defines the world's most romantic battlefield. Until then, keep your teacup ready, your fan steady, and your heart open. For in Bridgerton, love isn't just a story, it's a revelation.